This is going to be a quick video because there's not really much to say about this other than the fact that this is absolutely gross and disgusting, but there is one thing that we can draw from this. So, if you aren't aware, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, one of the greatest manga anime series of all time, granted the anime, the last parts is filler, so I'd say the manga is better than the anime, but both are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the villains in Rurouni Kenshin are top-notch. I mean, some of the best villains in entertainment, period. The creator Nobuhiro Watsuki was caught with child pornography. And it seems like every other week now, there's either somebody in Hollywood being exposed for raping somebody or for trying to molest somebody, or your favorite series creator is caught with child pornography. And you know, before we actually read this article, because I'm going to read this article for you guys, I think this serves as a lesson that regardless of how amazing somebody's work is, somebody's artistry, somebody's craft, you really don't know who they are. And for that reason, I recommend everybody to separate a creation from the creator. You could love somebody's work. This isn't me attacking the quality of Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin's legacy will never be ruined because it's just something so amazing. That being said though, the creator's reputation, yes, is to some degree ruined because of this. And no, this isn't the worst news that has ever come out. It's not like this dude murdered anybody or actually raped somebody. Actions are the worst possible things. But this still does change my perspective on this individual. There's just no doubt in my mind that I will never look at him the same way. If Masashi Kishimoto, the guy who created my favorite story of all time from a nostalgic standpoint, even though I admit that Naruto quality-wise is not the greatest series of all time, it's good, but it's not the greatest. If it came out that he was a serial killer, I would not respect him anymore, because he's a serial killer. Dude straight up murdered people, and when it comes to murder, there's only very rare contexts where it's acceptable, like self-defense, or a situation that wasn't premeditated and things escalated and accidents happened. But if somebody goes out of their way and they go on a killing spree of random people, if that came out, like my favorite creator was a serial killer, I could never look at them the same way. And that's where people need to understand that you can't always defend people's actions. If somebody does something that's unproductive, you gotta call it out, you gotta be objective, and you could love their work. It doesn't destroy the work's quality, but just the dude who made that is responsible for his actions. That's who that person is. So let's take a look at this article, guys, and I don't even really know what else to say. So, Nobuhiro Watsuki, creator of the hit manga Rurouni Kenshin, has been charged with possession of child pornography. According to the Yomiuri Shimbun, investigators discovered several DVDs that showed nude under 15-year-old girls at Watsuki's Tokyo office. Similar DVDs were also reportedly found at his house. So, I just want to point this out right here. This is not as bad as him specifically actually engaging in acts with underage girls, right? He is kind of enjoying this to himself. He is not actually going out of his way to damage people, as far as we know, right? You know, I'm just reporting on the facts right here. But you can't tell me that you don't look at the dude a little bit differently. You can't tell me that when you see very young-looking, like, girls in Rurouni Kenshin, that the creator, you know, wasn't thinking some extra stuff when he was drawing those things. Because, listen, man, we could put 1 plus 1 together. It's going to equal 2 at the end of the day. You could deny, you could think it equals 3, but it's still going to equal 2. And yeah, this does make me look at one of my favorite creators differently. Like, guys, if I got involved in something really stupid that, you know, I destroyed somebody's life, you guys call me out, even if you like my videos. Obviously, that's what I'd expect you to do. It showed nude under 15-year-old girls at Watsuki's Tokyo office. Similar DVDs were also reportedly found at his house, okay? Yomiuri Shimbun adds that during another child pornography case, suspicions that Watsuki had purchased illicit DVDs featuring underage girls surfaced. Dang, man, like, I actually hear a lot of stories like this from Japan, and one thing about Japan is I really respect their nation. They have very low crime, and homicide rates are very low. I respect any population of people that gets along for the most part and isn't shooting each other up. That, you know, that just signifies a complete loss in values and morality. But don't get it twisted. Every group of people has got their problems. And this is something I see constantly in Japan with this, you know, younger looking, some pedophilia Let's not beat around the bush. And this dude is nearly 50 years old, guys. It's not like he's like 18 going on 19 and he likes girls that, you know, are 13, 14, but they kind of look older and they lie about their age. It's not one of those situations. This dude clearly has a certain type in his head when he's... Though props to the Japanese authorities for going out of their way and catching all this stuff, because I'm not saying I want this dude's life to be destroyed. That's not the case. Rurouni Kenshin, amazing work, and listen, man, I remember, like, being so excited coming home from school, like, man, I'm gonna watch Kenshin just kick Shishio's booty. And it was some of the most amazing nights. Rurouni Kenshin brought a lot of enjoyment to our lives, and for that reason, we're gonna sympathize with this dude. But this needs to teach society a lesson that certain things are unacceptable. We can't cross a certain line, and when it comes to, again, child, pedophilia, murder, these kinds of things is unacceptable. There's context, but as, a black and white thing, that is a line you do not cross. Watsuki is quoted as telling authorities, "I like girls from the upper grades of elementary school to around the second year of junior high school." Oh, God. Debuting in 1994, Rurouni Kenshin had sold over 70 million copies and went on to spawn a hit anime and several live-action films. This goes to show you that you really don't know who somebody is. Just because they create something amazing, you could love their work. They're brilliant. They're amazing people in a certain way, but there's things about them that are really grotesque. Nobody's perfect, and we all got our demons, but we need to stand together as a society and say certain things are wrong, and this needs to be used as an example. I mean, I absolutely love characters from Rurouni Kenshin, like Kenshin, Makoto, Hajime Saito, Aoshi, Seijiro.